Good morning, good morning. Good morning in South Africa, good morning in Botswana, in Zimbabwe, Lesotho, Swaziland. Good morning all over. Once again, this is APL Go Health and Bees. Every day, 11 o'clock, we do that which we love, and that is network marketing teachings. That's what we do, and we just want to say welcome. Thank you for showing up in today's meeting. We have a very exciting meeting today, but yet very practical. I know that we come from churches where we have very powerful messages, but you look at the end of the day, you ask yourself, what did the people do? All that they can tell you, that message was powerful. But we don't want to be doing that anymore. We want to apply the things that which we are teaching, and we are looking at a situation of November. Like I said the other time, that this is a season of a high tide. In a high tide season, it's a season where the waves, they come from different directions. Even the best swimmers, they can sink, and this is the time of a high tide. This is a high tide of ideas. This is November. This is a high tide of adverts. They are not forgiving. They are coming very strong. Even the most experienced networkers this time can lose it. The most experienced networkers who have been doing it in the best of the best ways this time can lose it as well, because when there is a high tide, things do happen. Things do happen. And we did, encourage people that during the times of a high tide, let's do like Mr. Baloyi, who came during a high tide, and when the wave was pulling the best swimmers out of the system, he came with a big wave. He saw that as an opportunity. And this time again, we want to emphasize it is that high tide, a time which the neighbor is getting a bonus, and the other neighbor, everybody is beginning to have that Christmas spirit, that preparation for Christmas, and that high tide of adverts and ideas, they might be shaking you because maybe you are not yet standing on a stable ground in this network marketing of APL Go. And we want to guide you to finish strong, because this is real. These are real issues, and we want to say to you, today we are going to take you through. It's not easy. You are calculating your budget, and already you are seeing maybe a bleak Christmas and a January that is not good at all. But we are going to navigate with you to show you secrets that happened in the last minutes that created historic moments throughout the countries in the last minute. That is why today our topic is the 88th minute dream. When you are playing soccer in the 90 minute, there is an 88th minute that can change things around, because November is your 88th minute. At that time, even, the whole audience in the ground is quiet. They do not know what is going to happen. How is the goal going to be scored from this angle? And the nation is losing, or maybe, they have to equalize and score again. We do have such moments as a nation. We do have such moments as families. We do have such moments as teams, network marketing teams. We have our moments of silence. You do have that moment as an individual. You don't know that it's only 2 minutes left, the 2 minutes of the year. It's just November. That is just 2 minutes that is left. What are we going to do as a team to make it? And who is going to score for us? And, whatever method that is going to be used to score, this time is so quiet. And as it is quiet, the scammers are louder. The advertisers are louder. People are jumping ship. because they do not know what is going to happen. But I want to tell you that this is the time of champions. This is the moment of champions. When you are a champion in the 88th minute, you know that something can happen. Maybe even your president of your country is watching. You know, all the hopes are put to you, and then there comes that moment that is going to be defining moment, and that moment will be a penalty, and that will be a last chance. With that penalty, it's either you are going to score it and you will be remembered for the rest of your life, and maybe you are going to miss it and you will be forgotten for the rest of your life. And those are the moments that are shaping people, shaping destinies. Children today, when they were part of that spectacle, looking at the last moment, that it was in the 88th minute, and here is this guy, he scored, and even the president was happy. The country's hopes were taken back again to that bright moment. You know, even a child, you know, he will tell the daddy that, "Daddy, I need to just buy me a soccer ball. Buy me a soccer ball." And he is going to play the whole day with nobody motivating him, because his mind is still filled and fueled with that spectacle of that goal that entered in the 88th minute. And that goal came through a person who is an ordinary person who has gone through his own troubles as well. He was at school together with others. They became doctors. They became, CEOs. They became this. But on his side, he kept on this dream, which made him a soccer legend. And this is the boy that others were being advised that stay away from him. You know, if you want to pass your grades, stay away from him. Even his dad was a soccer star, and he got injured when he was 24. He didn't go to school. So, they will say everything. But today, this boy is the boy that the entire nation is looking at, even the president. And everybody, even those who are staying away from him, today they are just name dropping that, "No, I was with him at school." They don't say we were bullying him at school. They start doing things. And this is where this boy, the name of this boy that you are seeing there, who is about to score, the name of that boy is called network marketing. The name of that boy is called network marketing. He is the boy who is the most ridiculed boy as growing, but he is about to score a goal for the Africa Championship. And today, it is the 88th minute. It is November, and you are part of that. You are part of the team, but you are thinking of jumping ship. And yet history is about to be shaped, because all histories, they are shaped in the last minute. In the last minute, the histories are shaped. When you jump ship now, jump into something else, the goal is going to be scored. In that 2 minutes that is left, it is going to be scored. And when you come back, there will be so much joy to a point that nobody will even remember that you were part of the team. Don't quit. Do not quit at this moment, because network marketing might be something that is not spoken of well in your circles, but there is a truth that you do not know. Network marketing today is that boy that is supposed to score the goal for the country, for the entire country. Network marketing is the one that is creating entrepreneurs, it is creating breadwinners, it is creating health champions, it is creating financial literate homes, it is creating leaders who inspire, it is creating job creators. But because you are going through this silent moment of not knowing when is the goal going to be scored, you are thinking of jumping ship. You are thinking of other things. Let me tell you this. Maybe you do not know. Even the most educated people right now, they are exactly where you are. Those people who had wonderful careers, they have retired. You think that they have retired with the best money. They are back where you are. And if you are jumping ship now, you are going in a place which you do not know. Do not jump ship. Do not jump ship. And at the same time, I want to say to you, stop making network marketing a side hustle. Network marketing is a profession. Network marketing is a legacy. Network marketing is a calling. Start taking network marketing serious. Yes, I'm saying to you that after that boy scored that goal there, every child in the city, in the townships, they wanted to play soccer. Even those who are babies, they have toys which are soccer toys. Why? Because it has created an impression. A child will have an impression of a doctor and say, one day I want to be a doctor. He will have an impression of a musician and say, one day I want to sing. He will have a great impression. Whatever impression which had a 2-minute moment of fame, whatever impression, and that impression is building the nation. You are part of the army that must give an impression this time. We want you today, the children that are going to come after you, they must say, when I grow up, I want to be a networker, because they have seen the legacy that you have created. They have seen the goals that you have scored. They have seen the hustle that you have managed to turn things around at the 88th minute in November, when the year did not go well at all. But just at that 2 minutes that is remaining of the year, you were able to turn things around. You became this goal scorer in the family, and everybody remembers that she scored a goal, and the children, they said, Mama, I want to be a network marketer. When I grow up, I want to be a network marketing professional, because they have seen what you did. They have seen that you have shaped things in a way that was never expected. You have taken network marketing to another level. They see that, our mom was always in Zoom, making meetings in Zoom, and your children, when they are young, they want to have Zoom toys. Just like children that are playing a doctor and a patient, just like children that are playing mommy and daddy. Our children must be playing with network marketing toys. They must have a small Zoom, and they must pretend like they are talking to a customer, because they have seen the flair, they have seen the championship, they have seen the professionalism, they have seen the resilience that you have with that network marketing. You made network marketing to be something so beautiful, to a point that even the children, they want to have the toys of, I'm playing mommy when she is on Zoom, I'm playing daddy when he is closing a sale with the customer. This is where we are today, leaders. This is where we are today. We need to take network marketing and put it to that 88th minute and say to people, even in November, even when you are just arriving in network marketing, maybe you just came because you've got a problem of diabetes, but you didn't tell us that not only diabetes, but I also have a problem with my finances as I'm going towards the end of the year. Yes, it is possible that you did not come here to sell, but because of looking at champions that are taking that 88th minute penalty, you said, okay, not only I'm coming here to heal, but I'm coming to heal my pocket, because they saw those champions. This is the moment, leaders. It's the moment of those champions. We are all watching. We are different professions watching. I have shared previously with you different professions that have moved to network marketing. There is a blog that I shared with you where I spoke about the 10 habits of network marketing legends, and there I shared about different professions that moved from those professions to network marketing. My story to you today is that you might not be aware, but network marketing is that place which all careers are coming together. It is that place that is putting all careers to sit in a soccer ground and watch network marketing scoring goals. If you are going to jump ship, you will end up as part of the audience, and you will see your neighbor, the one that you recruited, you will see your neighbor scoring goals, and your children are going to tell you that we want to be like the next door neighbor because we can see what she is doing, but you are not telling them the truth that actually that was my downline and I quit and she did not quit. So I am saying to you today, it is the end of the year. Christmas is not merciful. I'm saying that because it is November and everything that is going to be sold on Christmas has been fully rehearsed. They are ready, and at that time you are at this corner. You are at this dark corner that says, I haven't made anything throughout the year, and here am I right now. I also took you to a story. That story, if you remember, I told you how my upline, Mr. Baloyi, managed to come to APL Go exactly at this time. And when he came, it was not looking good, not in APL Go, not in his life as well. But he managed to score that 88th minute goal. In less than 5 weeks, he qualified to go to Mauritius. And he finished strong because, let me tell you what, he knew what an opportunity looks like. He knew that it is a do or die for my family. He knew that as he is walking out of that door, the children are saying, Dad, you have just left a beautiful company, going to a company that we all don't know. Are we going to survive from that company? We have such goal scorers, and you can be a goal scorer like that as well. You can finish the year strong only when you start believing. Network marketing needs believers, people who are going to believe that network marketing can change things. Now, I am saying to you, in case you do not know, there are two stories that I'm going to share with you right now, and I hope that these stories are going to assist you to know where we are as a continent. Where we are as a continent. Before I share these two stories, I think Leader Natalia will agree with me on this, that South Africa or Africa in APL Go, it is the one that is making most sales throughout the world. You need to ask yourself this question, why? Why is it making more sales throughout the world when it is a third world country? Why is USA, Europe, and all the other places not making as many sales? There is an easy answer to that. And if you don't grasp it, you are going to lose. And let me revise this again. South Africa at the moment is making more sales than any other continent. I mean, not South Africa, Africa. And yet it is the poorest continent. You need to ask yourself this reason. Why is it making more sales? And you also need to ask yourself this question, why am I not part of those people who are making more sales? But before we go there, before you despair, I'm going to tell you a story about two countries which today, they have turned the tide. In their 88th minute, they have turned the tide. Let me talk about two countries, and let me talk about why Africa is going to be the network marketing success. Why Africa, this is the season. Why Africa is going to be the network marketing success. All companies throughout the world are coming to Africa because they have seen a gap. I'm going to explain that gap, what gap they have seen that made them to bring their companies to Africa. And it will be very sad for people out there like, Leader Sergei Kulikov, like Natalia, to see this gap and they score on this gap, but you don't score on the same gap. How can they see a gap being outside and you don't see the gap staying here all along? I'm going to tell you two stories and you will understand why they see this gap. There was a time when China was so poor. They say actually it had 100 years of humiliation. That's what they call it. They said it had 100 years of humiliation, and it became so poor after, it failed in their, systems, their economic systems for a very long time. And at the time when things were very bad, something happened. They met their 88th minute. They met their 88th minute. It was so bad. It was so bad. And it's not long ago. It was so bad. It was so bad. They met their 88th minute. At the time when people were moving out of China, running to America, running to all the other places because things were so bad. And they lost hope on China. They lost hope on China. But at that time, let me tell you what happened. There are people from outside. They saw a gap. They saw an opportunity. And thank God for those people. Thank God for those people. They noticed that, unions have taken over in America. They have taken over in Britain. As a result, their car manufacturing factories are not making money anymore because the unions now were in power. Not only that the unions were in power, but the same unions could even raise a person who will become a president who is going to speak for them, And they said, there is something that we need to do about this. At that time, China was in this November that you are in right now. They were in a place where they had no money, but they were part of the most educated people. But their education was not doing anything for them. So what happened is that there was a system that was designed. The name of that system was called offshoring. Remember this word, and I want you to write it down there, offshoring. Write there in the comment, offshoring. Because as you are writing that, you are going to discover that there is an opportunity that Africa has, like the offshoring that happened in China at that time. What they did, they took General Motors as a factory. They took it to China. You know why they did that? Because they knew that the Chinese, they need this thing so bad, they don't have unions. So they said to themselves, let us take all our factories and take them to China. And the Chinese were very humble. They were not, on strike, going on strike and all that. And at that time, these companies, they made so much money, and they sold their cars back to Germany. They sold the cars back to US. But those cars were made where? Made in China. Hold on to that. Made in China. We are coming to a time when network marketing will be made in Africa. It will be made in Africa. Because network marketing in Africa is not giving as many obstacles as governments, like, all the other governments are giving network marketing a tough time in Europe, in US. It is not easy to penetrate those places, but let me tell you this, in Africa right now, they are exactly in that time when China was not giving problem to car manufacturing companies, like their countries were giving car manufacturing problems to them. Let me tell you this, the cars for the first time, they were written made in China. Made in China. Though they were made by Americans, but making them in China, there would be 4 Americans coming there, and as they come there, they don't come with the troublesome stuff that is going to unionize the people. And these 4 Americans will work with 30 Chinese, and they are going to transfer skills to them. And quietly, they obeyed the transfer of skills. Now, the question I have to you today is, where is China? China today is the economy #1 in the world. I know that no one wants to hear it that way, but China today is the first economy in the world. But let me tell you that China had moments like the ones that you have as a family, as a nation. They had tough moments, but the offshoring, remember the word offshoring, the offshoring of the factories made them to score their 88th minute goal. It made them to score their 88th minute goal, which means now that the factories, they turned around China. They turned it around. Not only that time was the cars coming to China, but even things like Apple. Apple has gone to China. These phone manufacturing, they've gone to China, all of them. Even Google went to China because they could see that there are opportunities there. Little did they know that the Chinese, in their humility, are learning and learning. But at the end of the day, up until today, the Chinese are still saying to America, let us work together. They were not learning to do anything evil, but they were learning to say, let us make the world a better place. But it was a bitter pill to swallow to see them right now that they are the #1 economy because of offshoring. And then here's the second example, which I'm going to give to you. And that example is called outsourcing. I want you to write there outsourcing, write outsourcing. There was a time in the year 2000 when it was believed that the computers, because by their design, they had, the dates were written 19 what. Now in 2000, nobody prepared the computers that they must go now through a millennium. Now, they were worried that this is going to mess up with the computers in the whole world. In the whole world, it's going to mess up with the computers. It's going to be the Armageddon of the computers. And they needed engineers urgently. Which were network and computer engineers, and America did not have that number of engineers. It did not have that number of engineers. But there was only one place in the world that had that number of engineers. And that place was called India. It was called India. India will always tell you that in 1947 we received our political freedom, but they will tell you that we received our economic freedom during the Y2K. Now, what happened at that time, they had to outsource. Now, I said they're offshoring. They had to outsource their work to the India engineers. Why? Because by that time, when the Americans saw that there is this opportunity that is coming, they started to charge double, triple, to say, if you're going to employ me as an engineer, I'm not looking for this money, I'm looking 5 times this money, because they knew that they were much needed. Now, the Americans, they said, okay, what we are going to do, we are going to outsource this work to India, because those computer engineers that are there are ready to do the work at 10 times less money than you guys. So did Europe. They did the same thing. They said, we are going to do that. Now, that thing was called outsourcing. Now, in that outsourcing, the Silicon Valley of India, there is a place that they call their own Silicon Valley. From that time in the year 2000 until today, India is still the powerhouse of computers. From that time until today, China is still the powerhouse of cars, powerhouse of laptops, powerhouse now even of, phones. Now, that offshoring story which I've just given you and the outsourcing story that I've just given you about those places is the exact story we have today as Africa. The same problem that Americans saw that, let's take this to China, let's take this to India. Today, the whole world has got a problem of places that are giving obstacles. serious obstacles to the success of network marketing. And network marketing is the future, not only of Africa, but of the whole world. But guess what? They are slow with their red tapes. They make it difficult for the founding companies of network marketing to penetrate. But at the moment, Africa has opened up. Yes, as I said the last time, that we Africans, when we touch churches, we turn them into scams. When we touch this, well, that is just for a moment. But this thing is changing. It is changing because right now, just like there was offshoring in China, just like there was outsourcing in India, network marketing is going to do the same for Africans. The reason I'm saying this to you today, do not give up on network marketing. Imagine with the time when India was beginning to receive that outsourcing, there were some Indians that were jumping out of India going to America. When they arrived in America, they couldn't find any job. But let me tell you, they left the job in India. Today, there is a lot of Africans that are jumping out into US. They are jumping out in all these places and they can't find work there. Let me tell you what is happening. You need to go back to them wherever they are and recruit them where they are. Recruit them where they are. If you look at the back office today, in the first 4 days, the top recruiter in the first 4 days is in the US, and that top recruiter is Congolese, and that top recruiter has not even bought a package. What does that tell you? It tells you that she moved from Congo maybe to US. She didn't find opportunities there, but somebody from Africa recruited that person to say, we have job opportunities here. Now she is beginning to lead on network marketing on APL Go there. Now my story to you today is just a simple story to tell you that network marketing is in Africa what offshoring was in China, what outsourcing was in India. And if you are going to jump ship, you are making a big mistake. You are making a big mistake because this is the future. This is the future which is our own future. I'm going to just go through a few of the points which I wrote into the blog. The blog that I wrote today is saying that network marketing is the one that is going to score the goal for Africa, for everybody in Africa. And let me tell you this, APL Go has given us that opportunity. Not only as an opportunity of network marketing, this is not just any other network marketing, but APL Go is compatible to the changes of the day. And what are the changes of the day? The changes of the day are the artificial intelligence. The changes of the day are the social media. Network marketing from APL Go is the easiest to post on social media. They are the easiest to advertise on social media. They are user-friendly. If you can see our back office, if you can see our front office, if you can see how they are like. For those who don't know, we have 3 websites. We have a website which is called the back office. The back office in the shop is that place which, when the shop is there, there is that place at the back which nobody is entering but just the staff. That is the back office. Now the front office is this website that we have where people are buying. That is the store, the place inside the store where you are able, to buy things inside the store. We have a third website, if you didn't know. That website is, there are people that are buying inside, but there are also those who are outside who are bringing the people inside. Now we have got from the data system, the My APL World, that one is calling people from outside to come inside. So we have those 3 websites. Very few companies are designed like that. So we are in the best moment as APL Go to do it better in November and to score a goal better than many companies which people will be quitting this time. So if you are going to quit now, my advice to you is that this is not the right time for you to quit. Because this time there is an 88th minute goal that is being scored. This time, let me tell you that even children, they are going to look at APL Go and say, Daddy, one day I want to be a networker. I want to be a network marketing professional, because they have seen what APL Go has done in Africa. APL Go in Africa is going to score those goals, which other network marketing companies will be scoring, but they will not be scoring them in this way that we will be scoring them, because of the flexibility, the adaptability that the company has at the moment. My advice to you is that stay at APL Go. Stay. I'm not saying that by Christmas you are going to have a lot of money from APL Go, but you will have a lot of preparation, because it needs sacrifice for us to have our children saying, one day I want to be a networker, just like mom and dad. They must look at us and say, we have built a legacy for them. And today I'm just encouraging you. I'm saying to you today, we have incentives that are put ahead of us. And the reason why the company is putting these incentives, they are trying to make sure that you become a purpose-driven networker, not just an accidental networker, but you must be a purpose-driven networker. So what the company is doing, the company is trying to give you some purpose, and the purpose that they are putting in front of you is an incentive of a trip. But not only that trip should be your purpose, you should be a purpose-driven networker in everything that you do. We are going to talk about that in the future lessons. But today I am saying to you, do not quit. That is my story to you today. And I want you to write it and write in the comments, I will not quit. I will wait until the 88th minute goal is scored. Because if you quit, I don't know, maybe for those who didn't go to the stadiums, we grew up during the big rivalry of Kaizer Chiefs and Orlando Pirates. And when the stadium would be so full, so full to a point that when it comes to the 85th minute, it is advisable that some of the people, they start moving out of the stadium. Now, the ones who are going to move out of the stadium first are the ones who are losing. Those who are losing are the ones that are going to move out of the stadium first, because they see that it is finished. Now, once they are outside in the stadium, they hear an eruption, a big eruption. Guess what? At that time, there is an 88th minute goal that came, and then they want to run back to the stadium. My story to you today is that you might be like those guys jumping off ship, and say, let me go silently in November to other companies, and you will hear that big eruption, and as it happens, you will want to go back to the stadium of APL Go. Look, it is not easy out there to be a parent. I understand there are daily needs that we have. We have to hustle. We have to make sure that children eat and all that. All of those things are all understandable. But hold on. Hold on to your 88th minute. You might be doing other things. Maybe you are working. Maybe you are doing another hustle. We don't have a problem with that, because we are parents. We understand that. But hold on to this 88th minute that is coming, because it's going to explode. And when it explodes, you want to be back in the ground and see that penalty be scored by that networker that is called APL Go. That is my story today, and I have nothing that is much today, but I'm just concerned about the people who are busy planning to jump ship because things are tough. I'm saying to them, do not despair. Africa is at the best moment. Do not despair on network marketing. This network marketing is the future that is coming to save Africa. If there is an economic emancipator of Africa, just like those political emancipators like the Mandelas, networking is the economic Mandela of Africa. You want to stay with it because it is going to change things. Network marketing very soon. Let me tell you this story. In places like Rwanda, I know that there are these, during the trade shows. There are trade shows which will happen that the country is hosting a trade show, you know. But places like Rwanda, when they host a trade show, they invite network marketing companies because they know that a network marketing company can change, you know, the fortunes of a nation. We need to impact South Africa to a point that there must be decisions from the government. There must be decisions from the local authorities as well that are going to make sure that they make sure that the network marketing that APL Go provides, it is an economic driver, it is giving people employment, it is giving people even, you know, good health. I said to you that there are 400 public hospitals, there are 200 private hospitals, and APL Go is the 201st private hospital in South Africa. Let's make sure that that impact is seen even by the government. Let us make sure it is seen by our children. They must say, one day when I grow up, I want to be a network marketer of APL Go. Let us do the acknowledgements. Thank you for coming. Thank you for showing up. I hope today's information, because today was all about information, just to show you where we are going as a network marketing in Africa, and there is no need for you to quit. You are in the best placed company. The company that you are in now, I am talking not only as a network marketing professional, but I'm talking as somebody who has been in a lot of businesses. I am telling you that I will not quit this network marketing industry for anything. I will not even quit APL Go for anything, as long as it is still giving us what we get today. We have no reason to quit it. I know that, you know, because of challenges we have, relational challenges, I did sometime a presentation that says that, you know, if the love has become dim, the other partner is going to hotspot you. If your data, your airtime of love has gone down for APL Go, let the other partners hotspot you, and you will rise again. And then after rising again, we are going to push with you again. So that is my story today. I will not quit. I am going to wait for my 88th minute. I will not quit. And I want to make acknowledgements today. Let me just make acknowledgements to Leader Flora Bass, Leader Dipulelo, Leader Tebogo Modau, Leader Gracie. I'm making acknowledgements. Welcome. And then we have Leader David Bass, Leader Zingisa Nkwali. We have APL Health Products. We have Salome, we have Mina, we have Velemina, we have Tsepo Ralake, Wezi Webusako, Dineo, Kobedi Lorraine, Siema, Mamangi, we have Lady LB, we have Mam Kensi, we have Mam Anna, and Lida Tebo Komodao, Dipulelo, Busisiwe. Let's see the two more. I'm just looking at those who are making comments, leaders. Let's see on the likes. We have Leader Spongi Lezwane, Leader Bavumile, Leader Ivy, Leader Busisiwe. Let's see, we have Leader Sylvester. Leaders, I may not be able to mention all of you. We have Sister Refilwe Tache. Welcome. We have, let me see. I may not be able to mention all of you, but let us take the story of today. Let us give it to our downliners. I'm going to make, from this, I will be making a YouTube. I do also have a YouTube. You can just go to Vanto at the YouTube. You will find all these. They are there. Let us take this to our downliners to tell them that, you know, this is the future for us and our children. Let us not quit network marketing, and let us know that as offshoring was to China, as outsourcing was to India, so is network marketing in Africa. This is our opportunity. Let us not lie to one another. Don't lie to your children. This is the future. Thank you, leaders. Let us go out there. Let us go big, and let us go win.